Hello, I'm Manushree.
I'm Nawina.
And I'm Sarithra. Today we're going to be reviewing Hachiya, a dog's tale.
So we have a new member today, Sarithra, our youngest sister. She is going to be here, not for all movie reviews, but for this one because it's very special and it pertains to her especially because she loves animals. She already told you we're reviewing Hachiya, a Dog's Tale, which was a movie released in 2009, and it was made by Lasse Hallström. It's a wonderful movie and my entire family enjoyed it.
So this movie is based off a true story that happened in Japan. It is about a dog, the connection between a dog and his owner, and I think it's a really good movie and it's definitely worth your time to watch.
Over here is a stuffed animal that I've had since I was a baby, and so this stuffed animal is one of my closest treasures to my heart, and so this movie really emulates the relationship between an animal and a human, and you know dogs are a man's best friend. We all know that, but this movie took that to another level. So I already have such a special connection with this, but oh my gosh, in the movie that's like 10 times this connection that I have. So that's why Puppy is here.
So the movie starts off with a man who finds a puppy at a train station. He thinks someone lost this puppy and it belongs to someone, so he takes it to the conductor and asks them to hold it for him to see if anyone will come and retrieve the puppy, but the conductor denies to do so, so he decides to bring it home temporarily. And basically his wife is not okay with it. She does not want the puppy there, but the first like 10 minutes of the movie is how the puppy gets warmed up to him, and they realize once the owner's not coming, they need to keep the puppy to themselves.
And something in the movie is the dog breed is an Akita, which is a special dog breed to Japan, and so the man who is played by Richard Gere, who his acting was phenomenal. He has a Japanese friend who tells him, Akitas are not your traditional dog, that when we think of normal dogs, we think of dogs playing fetch, dogs who are playing and just being absolutely crazy. And so, the dog's name is Hachi because he has a little stone dollar on his collar that says, it's like the letter 8 in Japanese. So his name is Hachi, so I thought that was really cool. And he just names him after that, so Hachi. And he doesn't fetch, he doesn't if he throws a ball for the dog will not bring it back to him. And his Japanese friend tells him that Akitas only fetch for extremely special reasons, and we actually get to see that in the movie.
They did several parts where they made like you as if you were the dog and the dog's point of view and when it was like walking and everywhere to the train station to wait and stuff.
And when the dog turned upside down, you could see the camera from the world upside down. It was so cute, and the moment we saw that little puppy in the screen, my entire family, we were just gushing. It was just absolutely adorable, and they have formed such a special bond with the dog that the dog just acted incredibly. The dog acted so well, which just sounds weird to say, but really great actor the dog was. So it all begins in a snowy town in the US, and when Richard Gere finds the dog, Hachi, when he finds Hachi, it's all just in snow, and they live in this warm, comfy, cozy house. So the entire movie has almost a dim yellow kind of lighting, and we all know that lighting is a crucial part in a movie. For dramatic movies, there's dark lighting. So for this movie, it was all almost, yellowish, sunny lighting, and it just made everything feel all happy, but obviously the end is dramatic and sad, but it's a very beautiful, heart-wrenching story, and it was just a special feeling throughout the entire movie, and I don't think any other movie has portrayed that in the cinema industry.
So one day Hachi decides to accompany his owner on the way to the train, and it starts happening as a habit, and so every time he goes to the train to go to his job, Hachi comes with him, and then Hachi goes back home when the train leaves, and this keeps on happening. And then when he comes home at exactly 5 o'clock, we always see the shot over and over of whenever Hachi hears the train, what's it called, train whistle? Yeah, train whistle, and he runs to the exact same spot every single day and waits there faithfully for his owner to come back every day.
And since the owner of Hachi, Richard, and since Richard was a pianist, there was piano music throughout the movie, and it was very pretty piano music. And in the parts where he waited, it was sad pianos.
Yeah, there was a persisting. Every movie has its own like theme music, and so often it gets like really cheesy in all movies. But in this movie, it was just super sweet and just it was really nice piano. I think most of the music was piano, but it was just great.
All of it was piano.
Yeah, all of it was piano, and I'll get to the climax, but this movie is definitely going to make you cry. If it doesn't, the music will. Already it's an incredible story, and the music is just, it's amazing. I have no words. It's just really great. So
yeah, what they do is they'd have the same theme and they'd adapt it to the mood of the scene. So basically, if it was happy, they'd do it upbeat and fast. But if it was sad, they'd change it to a minor key and make it slow. So it would match the scene of the movie.
Yeah. So I guess we'll get on to the climax now. So the climax is the part that everyone always just speaks about. My parents have seen this movie like 3 times, but they were bawling by the end. It was just, obviously if you're not crying at the end, and if you're watching this with other people and they're crying, then you will cry. I was moved to tears. So I'll get to what the climax is. So as I said before, Akitas don't fetch. If they do, it's either because they sense danger or it's an extremely special occasion. So one day, as Richard Gere is going off to the college that he's teaching at, Hachi comes and he fetches him a ball. And so, Richard is pleasantly surprised because after, many years of Hachi just being there in the home, and Hachi, he has lived with that family for so long. He's lived through Richard's daughter's wedding and Richard's grandson being born. So, it's just, he fetches the ball for him and just waits. And there's a reason, because Hachi senses danger. And he's correct, because while Richard is in the middle of giving a speech, he collapses of a cerebral hemorrhage. And it's based off of an entirely true story in Japan. So he waits for the train for an owner that's never returning, because he dies. And that is just sad. Just thinking about it is almost making me really emotional. But yeah, it's sad because Hachi just stays there for 9 years, which is unbelievable. 9 years he's waiting. He doesn't know that his owner has passed away, and each day he's waiting. And it's just sad. It's all based off of a true story. Hachi waited for his owner for 9 years and then just died. And
in the spot that he waited.
And so, it's all based off of a true story. And it was remade in Japanese to English. So, yeah. So, the climax was just a groundbreaking performance is everything. It's difficult for me to just let you know, because you need to watch the movie to actually know, it's a feeling, and it's just, I've never felt that way with any other movie, and, especially an animal movie. When we think of animal movies, we think of happy movies, animals talking, which is always movies that obviously aren't the best, but, this movie was completely on animal relationship, and it was just saddening to watch, and heartbreaking, and it made me really thankful that we have relationships with animals like this. It's just such a special bond. And we don't have pets, but we've obviously had the pleasure of having a few pets, and I think that's just, it's a wonderful feeling just to know that animals will always be with us. Even if a human isn't going to be with us when we leave this world, maybe an animal will, something like that. So, and what instigated us to watch this movie is we have a relative, we have a few relatives actually who, so first a relative in France who had a dog and they were sick, and so this dog stayed with them, until it passed. And then a relative recently was walking in the park with their dog and they collapsed, just like in the movie, and the dog went and stopped traffic to get people to come for him. So, that doesn't mean this stuff just happens in the movies, it happens in real life too. So, and it's all based on a true story, which is just, it's a heartwarming tale to know that there's such a special bond between humans and animals. But it is also saddening. But yeah, the movie just does something to a person. I really can't explain it. And Sarithra will tell you the really, really special part of the movie.
There is a statue in the place where Hachi waited, and they just, it's a statue. And you can see it, and it's...
In Shibuya, Tokyo, and...
the Shibuya Railroad.
Yeah, right where Hachi made his last breath, you know, something like that.
Also,
so,
where he stood every day.
where
like
he
the
stood
same
every
position
single
he
day.
stood in. It was a bronze statue.
Yeah,
And
so
it's there.
it's there to honor that dog, and you know, that just makes me really happy inside. I hope to visit that area one day. That would be really great, with the family, and you know, just kind of reminisce in the memory of this dog that we've never met, but you know, was seriously a hero. So yeah, this movie was wonderful. I'm gonna give it the highest rating I can, a 9.5 out of 10. I think it was just incredible. I loved it so much, you know. It's not, I mean, even though it is a little long, I mean, I loved it. Completely engaged throughout the entire movie. Basically 100% I would give it on everything. It was just a great movie.
Yeah, we would have given it a 10 out of 10, but we haven't seen.
Yeah, we don't know what's to come in the future, but that's why we're giving it the highest rating we can. So yeah. As always, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to watch all the other videos on Adhikaalai channel. Thank you so much for watching.